Alrighty, it is Sunday, February 3rd, 7:30 p.m. Central, and my name is Elvin, also known as Epoxy, and we are now heading on to our game 2 of the Overwatch weekend. So our Team A here is going to be participating in the Regional League against Michigan Tech University, Huskies Gold. So looks like both teams are pretty much raring to go, but let's take a quick look at the Overwatch map lobby. So for this set, we are going to be having the guys on map 1 at Watchpoint Gibraltar, map 2 at Horizon Lunar Colony, and map 3 as Route 66. Let's see. So I believe that I'm going to be having a co-caster today. So we're going to see how that one goes. We're going to be joined by Zin, one of the coaches. Looks like both sides are ready to go, so we should be getting this game started shortly. I'm going to ask if I can... Howdy there, Zin. I'm streaming right now, so we're live. Apparently, Michigan Tech has declined the third-person spectate, so... So we're just gonna have to be doing the first-person spectate.
Okay.
It's just harder to navigate for me, but we'll make do. Any research that you have to talk about for these guys, Asim?
Well, I know that the 3.9 KSR, it's just kind of hard to tell because a lot of the profiles are like kind of outdated. Um, just due to the whole private thing. But I expect so for these maps for Gibraltar, I just expect like a dive first, then I believe after that 66, which could be either village or dive. I would hope to see the ghosts there. And the third map. I forget what the third map is. Oh, it's Watchpoint. Or not Watchpoint. Horizon. For Horizon, it could be go. Horizon seems to be one of our weaker maps, so like I would want them to say I would want them to run goats, but they might not just because sometimes it doesn't work out. They might just rely on the dives. Wait, are you in the game right now?
I am.
Can you invite me?
Can I what?
Invite me. Can you invite me?
Are you not?
No.
Weird. I can try. I forgot what's the rule for that. Friends. Where are you? Wait, what game are you spectating then?
I'm on the B team, right? This is B team's game right now.
Okay. Did you get the invite?
Yeah, I did. Sure. Wait, I'm gonna leave because I'm on third person. I don't want to break new rules. I'll watch it through the break new rules, so I'm gonna leave.
Alright, I'll have to spectate solo for this game then.
Yeah.
Alright.
I guess just give me some information. Yeah.
Alright, so IIT already starting off pretty strong with taking out 2 of their members with the Winston. Winston about to have his jump, likely going to go up here for the Lucio now. Chased right after their D.Va, so their successful start so far, getting onto their front line, so IIT able to get their payload here under the bridge. And I realized I didn't change my scene, whoops.
No.
Alright, that's a big rip. Zen getting dangerously low here as Winston is able to take him out. Love doing his work here in the backline, trying to take out any of their DPS as possible. Nice snip onto the Genji here. Getting the Lucio and D.Va just left here on the point. Ana providing some really nice heals there. already having the Nano Blade, and IIT able to capture here onto the first point. Love just throwing out that Hanzo, well, seeing what's going to connect, but IIT already pushing themselves as far as possible. And again, Zen unfortunately getting caught out here. Winston on his own lonesome here, I believe. So trying to get himself out, and MTU here unfortunately is going to be staggering a little bit. Lucio almost about to be taken off Divas. Both Divas trying to chase after each other, but pushing MTU here into this corner. So far, no answers from Michigan Tech in terms of, I don't think, any changes into the composition. Winston still being shown here, but we've got 4 members of IIT here having their ults available.
So what does the composition look like right now?
So IIT is playing a Diva Winston, Lucio, Ana, Genji, McCree. Genji here getting a 3-man Nano Blade right here. And just as the Diva's able to get out, getting some really good damage shown here. Unfortunately, Michigan Tech's Winston in his Rage form, Primal Rage, is going to be the last man standing here for Michigan Tech. And unfortunately, is going to be going for the retreat, followed shortly by the IIT's Winston. And looks like we're going to be getting ourselves close here to the point, as IIT's about to capture here on the second point here in Gibraltar. Diva trying to put her ult about. Michigan Tech's Tracer's ult does not connect here. IIT's backline kind of getting harassed by the Tracer, trying to see what they can get themselves out here. But Hanzo trying to see what she can get, unfortunately, but IIT's backline is going to be way too... Michigan Tech is providing way too much harass for IIT to be able to handle right now. Trying to do their best to get themselves onto the point. Gumby's taking a lot of damage right now, but he's in his ult form, just ready to get out. He's going to 300 health, maybe about to get onto that ult form pretty soon. Going into Primal Rage here, gets to sleep on from the Ana, and he is going to be slept right now, and Diva's going to be retaliating to get back by him. Love's ult is going to be thrown out here, trying to get whatever members that they get out of here. Ana taking low. IIT is likely going to be able to take this point too, just as the Tracer and Diva are left behind here. Genji Blade going to be used just to try to do whatever they can do to secure that last point. Tracer's still providing a lot of harass for her team, but IIT is going to push back through these last few meters and able to capture point 2 here. So as IIT starting their last push here on the third point, starting to get their bends across here. The Winston, Lucio, the only one here having an ult available. Nano being used on the Winston, trying to see if they can get to that backline, but taking a lot of damage, and that Nano is not going to be helping out too much as IIT struggles to get past the last corner here. And Michigan Tech now playing to Winston, getting some decent picks here, but Fly is going to be trying to see if he's going to be able to match that, and he has his ult ready, so you know, maybe IIT is going to be switching over to Zarya, so Shockwave Q on that Zarya now. Going to try to see if they're going to be able to get that synergy going. IIT here regrouping here on the spawn point. Going here with the comp change for the Zarya, going to try to see how that works. Gumby's going all the way here into the deep line here. With his ult available, it's just going to provide as much harass as possible, but pushed in with the Ana sleep is not going to be doing enough damage, and he's providing tons of harass. Ana getting dangerously low, 400 health, Winston still being super healthy, trying to get whatever members, and IIT, 4 or 5 members for almost practically a team kill here, is going to be looking towards capturing the final point here at Michigan Tech, and takes it at the last meter, and they take round 1.
So how much time was left during that round?
I'm sorry?
How much time was left for IIT during that round?
2.5. So 2.5 minutes left for 2 minutes 37 seconds left for IIT here. So
yeah, it's pretty good progress right there. What do you call it? It just depends. So I'm expecting the enemy team to still run a dive here. In IIT, I can't see it. But if they're able to run the counter dive pretty well, they could be able to. They could be shutting them down pretty easily because IIT does seem to be the better dive team out of the two. Just going off, I'm watching the Gumby Z's stream right now while I'm waiting for yours to go live.
Sure.
So yeah, so that's we're just going off that information.
Sounds good. Just waiting for the final countdown for these teams to start assembling. So far, we have the Roadhog, Hanzo, Widowmaker, Lucio, Orisa, and Ana being played. So, three, no, three marksmen, three snipers, one healer, two tanks. Interesting. Can you explain this comp to me, Asim? I'm not used to this.
So, but they're running it with two tanks and one support?
Correct.
Huh. Wait, for IIT,
This
correct?
is IIT, yeah. So Moat Q here on
That's
the Lucio, Gumbies
so
and
we
Shockwave
haven't.
on the tanks.
Yeah, we haven't experimenting with the triple DPS, but it's been usually two healers and one tank. So it is a little different than what we've seen before, but it's not entirely like unprecedented. Like we have been trying out the triple DPS and it has been working out pretty well, just not in this like specific configuration where we have the two tanks rather than two supports.
So our Ana here, tucked inside the corner, is going to be providing consistent healing for the team. But MTU is starting to get themselves under the first bend. No members of IIT dropping down yet, though, to contest. Finally, we do have the first contest. Orisa finally coming here to match. Uh, Widowmaker still providing as much around that first bend to distract Michigan Tech here. And Michigan Tech being isolated still under this bend. Nice pick on from the Lucio to be able to get that Winston. So now IIT going here for the dive, aggressively pushing here. Orisa taken really low here. The Tracer providing a lot of harass from Michigan Tech's end, but is getting sniped out by Bladed Banana on his Widowmaker. So IIT only down one member as Dorisa's about to respawn. Lucio coming all the way over here to spawn to just give him that friendly speed boost back. Let's go, let's go, let's go. As Orisa and Lucio are trotting their way back to the point. Michigan Tech here likely about to regroup themselves around the point, but IIT's been situating themselves all the way here in the back line, so Michigan Tech definitely able to push themselves into position-wise. But Widowmaker's ult on Bladed Banana is going to be able to spot them out, as Winston and Diva are going to be trying to dive that back line, try to see any members that they can pick out. But the Reaper now on Michigan Tech going to be providing a lot of damage and not be able to be shredded, and will likely be shredding their tanks too. IIT going 2 for 1 right now. Enemy Diva taken out of her mech, but Zenyatta from Michigan Tech putting his ult out there. Orisa just hanging on with 30 health, trying her best to just stay alive, but she is going to eventually get taken down. And enemy Roadhog will be the last member standing, unfortunately gets taken down. IIT looking like they're going to have to concede point 1. So doing a decent hold here, much better than Michigan Tech's here, for sure. I had Michigan Tech now having 4.5 minutes left to capture these 2 points. So a lot of ults available too on IIT's side. So I think Michigan Tech had to expend the Zen ult for sure for that final push. So IIT though already grouped back, not staggered out as they go in for the approach, but a lot of that damage going to be that Tracer for Michigan Tech is doing work for them. IIT not really having the answer. Maybe a McCree, maybe for the stun, but Love is going to send out that Hanzo ult, trying to see if he can get any targets. Doesn't actually connect, unfortunately, but Orisa putting down her ult now for the extra damage boost for IIT. Roadhog getting a nice hook onto Lucio, already takes out the healer, putting Ana ult going to be used on getting 3-4 kills for IIT, only left with the Tracer and the Diva. Diva already going to be taking out another hook from Gumbies, getting that Tracer, and that's going to be a team kill that we're going to see, practically. Team wipe.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now on Gumby stream. When you said the 3 marksmen, I thought you were talking yes. But it actually was a 2-2 comp with the Orisa. It is pretty unique seeing a
Yeah, 3 snipers. I always consider Ana the sniper. It's a harder one to clarify.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about like DPS marksman, but no. So for the Orisa Hog, like it is a little unique to see on this map, but what do you call it? I think they're gonna need to run into the enemy team just because the enemy team does have a lot of systems.
So Shockwave here now going to be on the Reinhardt, switching out to Orisa, likely trying to see if he can just bat away that Tracer. Orisa's really tough against the Tracer if they're not getting it. Roadhog trying his luck with the hook, unable to connect, but Michigan Tech here taking the high ground, and the Diva here already takes out the Hanzo. Unfortunately, the McCree ult here from Michigan Tech just going to see if they can spot any members out from IIT, but Michigan Tech pushing themselves really hard out here, but retaliated with the Roadhog ult from Gumbies, pushing Michigan Tech all the way back, but Tracer still providing some harass, but is battered away from the Reinhardt. And like I said, that was a good pick for Shockwave to recognize that play, being able to switch to camps, and IIT pushing Michigan Tech all the way back here, back to the payload. So nice and good idea with the Diva for Michigan Tech to try to approach themselves in terms of just like getting the Hanzo out first, but still has to answer. Unfortunately, Reaper could be teleporting himself right in front of Diva's guns, but but Bladed Banana winning that 1v1 trade, looking for that diva kill, gets her on the 1v1, and Michigan Tech here going to be isolated with 2 minutes left. Ult here on the McCree, 2 ults being used, both with the Hanzo. A little bit wasteful in ult economy in my opinion, but unless it was used for a zoning ult, IIT still remains on the point with a minute and a half left. IIT remains holding point 2 with a minute and 50 left. Sorry, words, Alvin. Gonna try to be seeing if Michigan Tech is going to be adjusting their comp. I see the Zarya now. I don't know if Michigan Tech was playing that earlier, but the McCree are going to be coming in, trying to get any members of IIT. McCree still holding it. It's going to be breaking the Reinhardt shield, but using the Reinhardt nano onto the Reaper, but Michigan Tech is not able to take him down, and enemy IIT's Reaper is doing so much damage here to the backline. Taking down pretty close, has to go into his Wraith form, but supplemented with the Roadhog hook is going to be able to push back Michigan Tech here, as they're going to be staggered now. Reaper chasing himself where he can, but he's going to be going right in front there, trying to see if they can take it out. Zarya being left here, but Reaper taken really pushed up far here. He doesn't have his Wraith form, and he is going to get picked out, unfortunately. So 1 minute left now onto the push. IIT with only the Lucio ult available to hold this. They're getting pretty close. Bladed Banana with his ult coming up, and Love with his as well. So only the DPS having theirs available. Nice hook onto from the Roadhog, but unfortunately the Zarya ult is going to help him out there. Hanzo ult going to be isolating the Reinhardt, but the Zarya's grab field captures 2 members of IIT. Is going to be able to take it out, but watch out for that. Reaper might be having his ult. Another ult coming in from the McCree, and is able to pick out the healers. 3 members of IIT down. And look like Michigan Tech will be able to be capturing this point, as Lucio is the last man standing. Hanzo also here as well. They're trying their best. 3.5 meters left. They're trying their best. Hanzo trying to just provide as much as he can, but Lucio being the last man too. Wraith form from the Banana, trying to do what he can, but taken too low. IIT just staggering themselves in terms to force Michigan Tech into the overtime. Michigan Tech into the overtime, and they're actually pushing themselves back, but gets to sleep onto the Reaper. He is the last man standing. IIT. Zarya being the last one trying to get onto the point, but IIT miraculously is able to hold on to point 2. Woo, that's a doozy. That is a doozy. Really impressive stuff for IIT, that even with those 1v4, 2v4 situations to still hold on. Shockwave here with play of the game. IIT taking this game with a 3-1 victory on Gibraltar. Yeah.
You should be good to invite me now.
Yeah, I'm still watching play of the game, but yeah, after. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty. 33% healing for the Ana, 57%. I like the Gumbies. I definitely like him in diving that backline. It seems like Michigan Tech didn't have to answer for that Winston to be able to just consistently just provide so much harass for their backline. We're going to be updating the scores real quick as I go into the match lobby. So IIT here taking map 1 on Gibraltar with the 3-1 victory. I'm going to invite my fellow co-caster here right now. And then you can tell them to please put you on red team or whatever. Just so we are sure, actually, IIT, yeah, now they will be on to a 1-0 here. And now that we're looking at the spectate, I believe actually Michigan Tech is going to be on the left side, so I gotta change these titles real quick. Alrighty. Alright, so map 2 of 3, the next map going to be played here, I believe, is going to be the Horizon Lunar Colony. IIT taking the game 1 here with the...
Yeah, so far from what I've heard, it seems like what's happening is that the enemy team is running like a what do you call it? They're not very good on their dives. If IIT is able to to capitalize on that, that's good. And like find situations where the dive is important, and then abusing that. This map, you can run the dive, but you can also run the ghost pretty easily. Watchpoint is kind of harder to run the ghost just because there is so much high ground that generally people prefer to run the go what do you call it, the dive, or maybe even like just like a Ryan's Zarya death ball. Um, but this map is different in a sense that there's so many angles and so many levels that you can push on that you can really run either the ghost or the dive, or maybe even the Orisa Hog sometimes, but mostly on defense rather than attacks with the Orisa Hog.
Sounds good. Uh, we're gonna take a short break so I can eat some dinner. Sorry.
Okay. That's
Unless
fine.
do you still want to keep talking about what happened in the game? I'll let you just go while I mute.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I'll mute
That's fine.
and then I'll come back in like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Traveling to Horizon Lunar Colony.
All right. So we're seeing what IIT is coming out here. Obviously, this is gonna be a troll right now. I expect them to run like a 2-2-2 comp in the beginning just because of the lineup they have right now with Love and Fox. Um, but I'm not entirely sure what they could be running like a Ryan's Heart. They could dive. I don't really expect to see a Rissa Hog comp on this map.
Hello. Attack commences in 30 seconds. A welcome improvement.
Okay, so actually they are going to be running the Ghost here. I was expecting the 2-2-2, but it looks like it's going to be. Oh, it's actually going to be a 3-2-1 with the Hanzo. That actually makes a lot of sense. That is something that we have seen before. Something that we haven't tried. You know, go around the left side first. I'm expecting them to hug the left side and just go straight for the point with this type of composition. All right, the enemy team's going to start off on the high ground. There's a nade that comes in. Some of it gets blocked, some of it does not. The enemy team's going to rotate right on the point right away. The Honest is on high ground. It's going to be really important to contest that. She's going to jump down right away. The Lucia's going to go for the Ashe, get her off too. Few people on Michigan Tech pretty low. Ryan's going to move up. The enemy Ryan is low. We can take him out right now. They will do that. The Ashe is low. She's going to get healed up right away. They're getting pushed back. They have to give up some space before they can recontest because the main tank is down. Enemy McCree really low in the back. He's gonna head towards base just to give up some room, just to get some healing. Lucy got taken out right away as he's contesting. He probably should have waited for the team, giving up some progress on the point, and then recontested rather than just giving up his life right there. Shockwave gonna push the McCree right here, take him out right away, and his first point is gonna go to IIT with a very clean fight.
Nice. Nice. All right, I'm back. Yeah. So IIT, I like the aggression that I saw from the Lucio. So Fox doing really nice work on to be able to just 1v1 their supports, and IIT is going to be entering this fight with 3 ults available. McFly's ult is going to be likely be used here to zone pretty soon here, but rally from the combined with the.
Alright, the enemy has to use a lot of ults just to live through that entire grab, but in the process they're able to give up one. They have to give up 1.5 ticks. That, what do you call it? And even with that progress, IIT still has 6 minutes left to push this again. They're going to still have 2 ults coming in, almost 3 ults right here with a Shatter. They have both support ults. They have a Shatter right here. If the Shatter's big, they can just win this point right away.
Yeah, IIT I think only using the Zarya Hanzo ult for that. So actually no, there was
Yeah.
Moku's rally. I forgot about that.
Oh yes, they started off with that.
So Michigan Tech here positioning themselves onto the high ground, going to be forcing Michigan Tech's members to fall in one by one, but that's already almost 2 ticks, but the Reinhardt ult does not connect, but does get the...
But he gets nailed and he gets the pin right away that takes out the Reinhardt. They will get grabbed, but it probably will not do a lot because follow up. Enemy McCree gets a little too aggressive.
Ash,
Probably should.
Ash being the last member, but Bridget falls right in front of and taken from the enemy Reinhardt, trying to just stop him, keep as many members off the point. And as IIT counts for this last third tick, one member left on here just to Doomfist, but they're just still trying to delay as much time as possible. Moira and Tracer on the point now. Michigan Tech just trying to do whatever they can. Rally coming in from the Moku.
There's another shatter coming in here, but it's not going to matter. They could have used that to stop any recontest, but in the end, they will cap the point before anyone can touch it.
Score 2-0. Switching sides.
Alright, IIT coming in onto this defense with 5 minutes remaining on the next attack. Will it even matter? We'll find out. But I think Michigan Tech is making a mistake where they're trying to stay on high ground for too long when what do you call IIT is running the 3-2-1 composition. They should be playing more to contest the point rather than to do damage from the high ground, because in the end it isn't going to matter too much, especially when IIT is making good use of the angles where they're hiding from the high ground and they're forcing the Ryan to solo contest because the rest of the team won't jump down with him.
Your safety is our primary concern.
All right, we're gonna see an Arista Hawk composition coming here with the Mei. This is somewhat interesting because Mei can work on this point. The only issue is that there's a lot of escapes on the actual point itself, but around the point, Mei can be pretty devastating. All right, they're gonna set up around on left side here, right by space. I expected the enemy team to run the Ryan Zarya again, but this time just hug the wall and go right side, much like IIT did the round before. But no, they actually go on the left side. The enemy Ryan is gonna get walled off from the rest of the team, but Michigan Tech just gonna walk around the wall. Gumby misses a hook right here. They're all anti. There's a really massive anti. Michigan Tech is gonna be forced to back off right away because of it, but they should be able to re-aggress pretty soon. That means Zarya is pretty low. She was forced to use the bubble.
Michigan Tech starting to make their first approach. Already taken out by the Reaper. Reaper takes out the enemy IIT's Orisa. McFly trying to do what he can from the sides, but not landing too many arrows, unfortunately. IIT forcing themselves to retreat back to point A. Maywall is going to be able to stop IIT from the initial assault and able to pick out the Reaper. Unfortunately, Ash being taken out by enemy Ash. McFly almost getting caught out here, but is saved by the Bridget. A lot of damage coming out from that high energy Orisa, and IIT is going to be getting heralded themselves into this corner.
IIT does have respawns coming up here, but we don't know if it'll matter because we did give up some picks during that respawn. Gumby getting 2 picks right here. The recontest is possible. A Dragon comes in. The Ryan is low. If they can kill the Ryan, the recontest is highly possible right here.
Unfortunately.
They're going to give up 2 ticks. Can we touch it? If they are able to touch, they will get the pick right here. All they need to do is touch it and recontest. It's only a Reaper on point, and now the Lucid comes in too with the respawn. IIT coming in with just the Mei right now. The rally comes in. They're going to rally on the point. It might already be a lost point because the enemy team does have
IIT just trying to waste the time at this point with about 2.5 minutes left. This Bridget's still relatively healthy, trying her best, but Michigan Tech finally able to capture the first point of the map with 6 minutes remaining. So, going to be important to make sure that IIT can try to get the hold where they can, where it has set up here on the left side. Getting a nice hook on the Zarya here, making her fall down, but leaving the Reinhardt isolated.
Yeah, the Zarya's going to be alone on the bottom too. They're not going to push that out because they don't want to get baited. Another hook comes in, does miss.
So look at McFly's Love's positioning right now. So both of IIT's snipers right now just like making it inaccessible right now for Michigan Tech to even look at it. Meanwhile, providing so much damage and healing consistently. So IIT tried to see Zarya getting isolated on herself first though. But Mace is going to be coming in and doing a decent amount of damage.
Ren's Ryan's gonna go down right here. There is a bomb on point. A wall comes out from Fox, but it does not save him from the Death Blossom as the Reaper is on the other side. He wasn't expecting that. Pomeg's still going to stay on the high ground. It's going to be really important for Michigan Tech to watch out for the Ana. If they don't get her off the high ground, she's just going to keep doing her work without any issues, especially because they're not running out Winston to bubble off the LOS for the healing.
Sounds about right to me. Yeah, I think Home Medic still being able to provide a lot of healing for that front line as they had to contest themselves back onto the point, but Ana did not fall down, so that's good.
Yeah.
You know, only person that's going to be able to reach her is going to be the enemy Ana or the Ash, but Reaper, Reinhardt going to be picked out here. Gumby's hook does not connect, actually. Roadhog going all the way out here. Runs right into the Ash Dynamite, not going to connect, though.
Fox gets one headshot onto the enemy Ana, but it does not kill. It does get her low, though. She's probably going to heal up right away. Looks like the enemy team is going to consider going right side this time.
I see it. So
Fox is making the rotation right now, but he's a little too late on it. He does wall off the Ryan, but the enemy team does still get through it. The enemy Zarya is 1 health. They won't be able to get her.
Enemy Zarya is not going to be connected with any members of IIT. The nano being used on the enemy Reinhardt gets a nice sleep on it, but is instantly woken up, unfortunately. I don't know if IIT intended to do that. Lucio still being able to provide a little bit of healing for IIT, for Michigan Tech, excuse me. But looks like IIT is going to be able to push themselves right back into Kobe's the nade right on top of IIT. Nice.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably a good idea for IIT to wake up the Ryan right away because they did wall off the rest of the team, so it's pretty important to just kill the Ryan as fast as possible before the wall comes down and the enemy team is able to help him out. I'm not sure whether or not it was on purpose, but it was a better decision in the end.
Sure. And looks like IIT is still resolving themselves to be keeping themselves onto this point, but they're going to be putting the Bob here onto the point, trying to see, but May's going to be contesting with her ult. Nice sleep onto the May ult, but unfortunately that's going to wake Bob right back up.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Ghost Shatter doesn't really find a lot of value with it. The Bob does get a pick onto the Ana. Now,
leaving
Michigan coming in here with about 5 ticks. It's only the Hanzo contesting right now. It is 1 tick. All of IIT is going to respawn around the same time. It just depends on whether or not they'll be able to recontest in time. It looks like they will be. The Ryan charges onto point. May is coming onto point too now. This is going to look a little rough for Michigan Tech as the Ryan gets taken out right away before the B connects. Zarya coming in with the respawn, but the rest of the team is walled off. Reaper's gonna get taken out right away. The enemy Lucio is low, but he is bubbled off. He might be able to heal back before he's taken out. They will back out right here. So Michigan getting 2 ticks right here, but it's not gonna matter at the end because the IIT wasn't staggered too much, so they all respawned around the same time and were able to recontest right before the 3rd tick was taken up.
Yeah, IIT with a good hold. Despite the initial approach with that bobble, good on IIT, but we're approaching another contest of the point. May coming out here. Reaper trying to use his ult, but it's going to be starting to get picked out, and Ash does pick out the IIT's Ana, unfortunately, and provides too much damage for IIT to handle. And a lot of a small misposition play there leads to Michigan Tech's victory right here.
Yeah, I think so. Just noticing in general, IIT, they're good on the rotations, but a little too late on the execution. So a lot of times what happens is that Fox is ready to wall off someone, and they already got to point because they went a different route, and while Fox is still trying to wall someone off, but I think instead he just needs to cancel it out. And just try to go for the freezes. But other than that, like Fox's walls have been great, like especially in the beginning. The only thing I recommend, like other than that, is probably just focus more on they're getting the Reaper, they're shutting down the Reaper, but like they're not doing well of getting him after he raced out. Once the Reaper raced out, he doesn't really have any sort of protection on him, so they need to capitalize on the fact that the Reaper does not have the Wraith ready.
I think I've got this, old man.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Could have used a little more time to get ready. Ingen ko på isen. Ingen ko på isen. Let's see you get past this.
Alright, now Michigan Tech coming in with only 2 minutes while IIT has 5. It is possible for them to make a comeback here, but it's not very likely on a 2CP map like this.
Yeah, IIT had a pretty good defense here on point on the first one, so.
Alright, they are going to go on the right side this time. They're going to run a May themselves too. Now let's see if they can find any value on it. It is a little bit hard to attack here. They're gonna come in onto point right away. The Reaper's gonna be a little separate from the rest of his team. IIT not able to capitalize
But
on that.
May's
They get rolled off.
enemy May's wall has already isolated IIT's members reverse, and I don't think IIT was ready for that rotation, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, IIT definitely not ready for that rotation because their May got cut off. IIT's May got cut off, unfortunately. Just gotta call that out faster. They saw all members moving into the center. I don't think IIT just was ready for it or expecting it, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, Michigan Tech doing an early capture here, leaving themselves a minute and a half left for the second point, and IIT definitely going to have to try to see if they can capture this. Otherwise, it will be a must-win condition for them.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty dangerous here too because Michigan should have some ults ready. Yeah, just like that shadow right there. But the IIT only has one ult, even though this is the second point right here. There's a dragon that's gonna come up. It's not gonna get anything. Love gonna get picked off right away. Lucio coming in just for the stall. The shadow coming
It's not going to be enough, though. IIT, Michigan Tech,
Yeah.
unfortunately, with too fast of an approach that IIT just was not ready to adapt to, really.
Yeah, I think the real nail in the coffin was the fact that Michigan got so much ultra from that first point, and IIT did not build any ultra whatsoever. So they were coming in with only 1 minute, and IIT had 0 ults, while Michigan probably had like 2 or 3 right there.
So IIT in a must-win situation, having to make sure to capture both points in order to force a draw here, correct?
Well, it wouldn't be a draw. It would go to another. It would go to another round.
Oh, it would? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. If there's time on the clock, right? Both sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
Green across the board and ready for action.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
All right. So might be getting a McCree here. I'm seeing a Mercy Ana. I'm not sure if they're fit. Actually, no. They will be staying on it as they do have the Farah and the McCree.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
IIT starting off with their approach here.
May screws up the wall a little bit. IIT can capitalize on this. The enemy's May is going to rotate to the low ground right now.
Reinhardt falling first, but McCree actually able to land that flashbang. Unfortunately, doesn't it before May was able to get her wall up first though. Picking out the May first. 3 members of Michigan Tech rushing themselves out here. Not sure about that positioning on Michigan Tech there. They were definitely leaving themselves exposed to the McCree, just like and getting a full team kill.
Really aggressive. Yeah.
So IIT going for the giving Michigan Tech a little taste of their own medicine there with the pretty quick capture of the first point here, leaving 4.5 minutes, leaving them comfortable here with a couple of ults, no ults at the ready yet. The closest one being Fox at 80% now. Four rocket hits will do it. The concussion blast not actually able to knock off any members of Michigan Tech yet, but IIT instead choosing to position themselves here on the top right corner. Going to be important to make sure that they can get any members, but keeping our eye on the front line. Zarya getting pretty high energy, trying to see whatever members they can take out here, but heralding Michigan Tech's members. It's going to be unfortunately the Gumby's ult is not going to connect. Putting on 2 members, but Farah's ult is going to be connecting with 4 members to get 4 kills for IIT. Almost another team kill it looks like here, except for the enemy Ana left.
Yeah, they will.
McCree with his ult to try to just get any members out. Uses it really fast. That's unfortunate. But the McCree going to try to see what they can do. Tracer having to follow herself on the point, but doesn't actually touch it.
She was a little too occupied getting that McCree. She wasn't actually watching the progress of the point, so she was a little late on that.
Oh man, we are taking this game into overtime. I like it.
Yeah. That's how 2CP is.
This is actually disgusting.
Imagine something this in a ranked game with like 8 rounds and
I would be so depressed if like, well, but at that point it's like eight wins. Like if you you need to have someone win at that point, right? Like it's just like
Well, no, as long as there's no overtime, then it'll keep
I
going.
know, but like
People,
I know like technically it you can, but like it just would feel so bad for a player to like dedicate essentially like 2 maps just for one control point. It's like oh
yeah,
man, but
and they have it.
IIT going to be interesting to see if they're going to be able to respond to Michigan Tech's aggressive play in that second round here. So um, if we remember ourselves correctly, it was kind of the May that threw IIT off a little bit there, coupled with like a really poor positioning for some of their players to be split up across both entrances of the control point. Made things a little bit harder, but looks like IIT is going to be maybe centering themselves here around the center of the second floor here. Pharmacy comp going strong again with this case Fox and Moat Q being the Farrah Mercy respectively. As Michigan starts pouring out, Michigan Farrah's amplified damage already providing a lot of damage, but nice nade from the Ana is going to be getting 4 members of IT. Another concussion blast is going to get that Reinhardt super low, but the May is able to wall themselves off. Michigan Tech now starting to get themselves, but the May is going to be taken out by the Fox, so good protection onto their healers, and this first approach might be tough for Michigan Tech to hold.
Gummy getting a little bit low there. He does end up getting picked, but Zarya tries to keep him alive as long as
A
possible.
quick res from Mercy will bring Reinhardt right back onto the point. So yeah, really good damage that's going to be used, but it's going to be important to make sure that they don't get cut off. So the Widowmaker now setting his sights on Fox. MoQ
Yeah,
is going to be hesitant
make sure
about
that
pushing themselves that close up to the front because Fox trying to hold back who they can, trying to force all of their members alone. Fox is going to be able to find out 2 members, and IIT able to hold out point 1 here with no ticks, I believe.
yeah. So now I think the worst option is just gonna be a draw. So like not the worst thing. They're probably I think it's very likely that they'll win this, but like the worst option is a
Okay,
draw.
can you
So
stop jinxing every game, please? No, I know what you're saying. It's like these kind of things. It's like, okay, well, now the worst case is taken out for us, so at best we can draw, kind of thing. I get
yeah,
that. I'm sure the players are thinking about it too. But the mentality that you always want to have is just like we just need to win, right? And
yeah.
win doesn't mean drawing. Win means winning the points. So just like play every game
Right.
normally, is usually the best way to go about it. Anyways, so good holds on IIT. I like the pharmacy combo that how they had right in the beginning, using so much damage to get 2 ults, I believe, off from that far in that first hold that they had. Um,
Yeah.
and Fox just putting himself straight up as close as possible to the spawn just to try to delay any members not tanks from approaching. So holding that Widow at bay, leaving the tanks from Michigan Tech to just deal with the other 4 IIT members. So um,
Alright, looks like IT's gonna be rolling out here with his double sniper comp. And they do keep running this Reaper. This is gonna be a pretty hard the enemy for right there. So I do like what's going on here. Let's just see if it can actually work out for them.
Use your heads out there. We'll get through this.
All right, the enemy seems to be running a Bastion this time.
Barriers on me. Go.
All right, just right now the enemy roadhog, the enemy team is gonna push up into all of them right, all 6 of them right here, taking all of them. Love is just gonna set his sonar up onto high ground right now, but everyone else is dead. They're just gonna respawn right now. I think it's gonna be really important here for IIT to probably either hug the left side, go straight for point, and then hug the right side of the point, or go right side immediately, try to get the Bastion on high ground. Alright, the enemy Russian is gonna be low. The enemy Widow just staying towards mid. MTU gonna make a
but
jump.
the
Are they
Lucio boom,
C9 the point?
the Lucio boom.
C9 the point!
Oh man, a C9 coming out from Michigan Tech, and what a unlucky way to end it for Michigan
Yes,
Tech.
they rotate. They rotated fast. They should have rotated onto point before they lose team and looped them, but they didn't.
Imagine if you had a May there too. Imagine how sad you just looking at ice
Yeah.
wall as you lose. Looking at the play of the game here, getting IIT Michigan Tech just caught unawares here, and that will take us to the end of this matchup between Michigan Tech and Illinois Tech. Wow. Okay. Didn't.
Yeah. So what do you
So
call
that
it? Night and day.
5-4, right? That was a 5-4.
Yeah.
5-4, and that'll lead them to have the two. Oh. And so that'll leave IIT 3-1, 5-4 to have a 2-0 victory against Michigan Tech today. Yeah, I think it seemed like in this point they had a better idea of how to address the Bastion comp as compared to what we saw earlier today against the which school? I'm forgetting right now. UCF, thank you, against Central Florida, and I think we saw it was evident with the Lucio speed boost, the Reinhardt shield to cover their approach. Any Zarya shield's just going to be thrown out just for some of that extra padding, but again, it's a little bit of a different map, right? Because Michigan Tech had already set themselves up so far away from the point that they don't have any access to get to it unless IIT's already on there, and IIT already putting themselves, on the point forces them. It's almost like deja vu, like how in the second turnover that IIT wasn't expecting the May to come all the way around and then isolating them. But
Yeah.
all right, I think that'll do it for us. I'm gonna end the stream a little bit early instead of too much talking. But again, thanks for tuning in. This now leads IIT, I believe, 2-1 in their regional league. So they will be having 2 more weeks of these plays in order to determine the who will be moving on past the this qualifying stage of the TESPA over Collegiate Championship. Be sure to follow Illinois Tech Esports to continue watching how the Hawks go on their Twitter, on our Twitter, on our Facebook. We have a Discord, all of that social media, all linked below. Um, but I think that'll do it for us. So appreciate everyone coming by for enjoying the stream. This is Elvin signing out.
All right. And this is us signing out too. Have a good night.
Have a good night, all.